Nobody talk to me right now. I just have so much heartburn over all the people who just got scammed by Donald Trump because they're never going to get their Trump phones or the deposits they paid. And I just feel bad for 600,000 people who were dumb enough to believe that man. So for over a year, he's been stringing them along that a Trump phone is coming and it's going to make America great again. Where's the $59 million, y'all? Where did that money go? Normally, I'd take this time to explain the many other ways that Trump has managed to screw his supporters over, like the Doge checks and the tariffs and the no new wars and the inflation and the gas being cheaper, and that he was going to end the war with Ukraine, and day one, everything would be great in America. But the only thing I think I'll say is there's a reason Donald Trump became a Republican, and it's because he knew Democrats were too smart to fall for this shit.
Hey, Trump supporter here. This goes out to Don Jr. and Eric. Where the fuck's my phones? I ordered 4 gold Trump phones in the summer. Told they're going to be the best. Talked my son into ordering some. We heard they're going to come out in September. Yeah, we can fucking wait. September rolls around. No, it's going to be November. No, it's going to be the end of the year. They actually stopped taking orders for them in November. Now we can't get any fucking updates on them. Give me my fucking phones or give me my money back.
Now, I may not be a customer service representative from Trump Mobile, but I do have an update for you. Except it's not about your phone. The update was to the terms and conditions that were updated on the Trump Mobile website. The $100 pre-order deposits that consumers like you sent to the company are now referred to as a conditional opportunity if Trump Mobile later elects, in its sole discretion, to offer the device for sale. The irony in all of this is it was marketed to you guys as a smartphone, but apparently only stupid people bought it. I mean, what do you expect from a company whose slogans were Trump Mobile? Can you hear the grift now? Trump Mobile, the official carrier of Trust Me, Bro. And Trump Mobile, now with 100% more concepts of coverage. But I do have some good news for you. You are not the only idiot. After all, there are 560,000 equally brain dead people out there who generated $59 million for Trump Mobile. I swear, being a Trump supporter has nothing to do with political affiliation. Now it's just an expensive hobby. The fact that you guys continue to get scammed by this guy is just fascinating. It's like getting mugged by someone who's wearing a shirt that says, I am absolutely going to mug you. It is blatantly obvious, and you continue to hand over your credit cards and make donations to a Make-A-Wish Foundation for billionaires, while you sit there and search through your couch for coins to pay for your gas. And I truly get angry, because at the end of the day, if Donald Trump wasn't president and you guys wanted to fall for his bullshit and give him your money hand over fist, that is your prerogative. But now you have dragged down the rest of the country with you. I hate you all. Anyways, bye.
Sorry, MAGA supporter. Why would you send someone who is better than you money to buy phone? Last year, MAGA supporter sent money to buy a gold phone for Trump. But up to now, the phone, they have never received the phone. Now they are crying. Why would you send $100 to Trump? You're broke, you don't have what to eat, you're sending your money to someone who is rich and who doesn't care about you.
I scammed MAGA for 30 bands. I got the money and ran. Charlie Kirk is dead now. Charlie Kirk is dead now. So we clap our hands and we do the money dance.
If you ever find yourself asking the question, how did this many Americans buy into the largest con man to ever walk this planet? Just know the MAGA voter base is more likely to buy into scams, more likely to dump their life savings into like AI generated internet girls, or to give their money away to con artists online than any other demographic of people. That's right. And people caught onto this. The creator that I just showed you has been pretending to be a MAGA influencer for the past 2 or 3 years now. His content is not even good. All he does is jump on and say a couple punch lines, puts out a sob story and throws on that MAGA hat, and he's been raking in the dough. $30,000. And this isn't the first person to do this. We also had this young woman who pretended to be Republican, got $150,000 out of the MAGA voter base, and then said deuces, went off and paid her student loans, and took the money to do whatever she wants with it. Even when you go into the comment sections of the guy who got the $30,000, one of the first comments is literally, yeah, back in 2020, I made almost $18,000 on Etsy selling these losers merch. Because everyone has caught on that you guys are so easy to, like, scam or con as long as it has the word MAGA on it. That's how deep your cult runs. I don't know what to say. I just thought this was interesting and I wanted to show you guys this. I don't even know. I had no one to tell about this, so I wanted to show y'all. What do y'all think? I don't know. My name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow or you won't see my face again. Thank you. Goodbye.
Is it Trump with his family? Who stole that money? Anyway, let us go to the video, straight to the video. Who stole this money? MAGA supporters are crying. They never received that phone. You would have bought an iPhone 17. It's enough for Trump. Because he's an old person. Do you think he knows even how to operate a phone? He doesn't know. Anyway, tell me what you think down in the comment. Do you think it was right for the MAGA to raise fund for Trump's new phone? Tell me what you think down in the comment.
Look, folks, this is a tale as old as time. Donald Trump offers his fans, his supporters, a sham product. They buy it, and they never get the product. It ends up being a complete and total scam, and that has played out once more. Remember the Trump phone? Remember Trump Mobile, that whole thing, that line of phones that Donald Trump was launching? The Patriot phones that were made in America? Surprise, surprise, it's a scam. People who pre-ordered it are not getting their money back, and many people just got an email confirming that their Trump phones were a scam, and that money that they put down as a deposit that they paid for the phone, it's not going back into their bank accounts. I don't know how these Republicans haven't realized that if you're buying something from Donald Trump, it is essentially a donation, it is a grift, it is a scam, and yet they do it anyway. So let's get into this article because we have some big updates on the Trump phone, which everybody with a little bit of common sense recognized was a scam, but of course Republicans who bought in, not so much. Donald Trump supporters have long treated anything bearing his name as a guaranteed win. And that's the truth. I mean, you know, he has stakes, he has trading cards, he has colognes, he has meme coins, all of that crap, and they buy in. From stakes and sneakers to social media platforms and crypto schemes, critics, however, argue that Trump-branded ventures often follow a far more familiar pattern. Huge promises, flashy marketing, and angry customers left wondering where their money went. Yeah, I mean, a guy who's been found liable for business fraud many, many, many times, a guy who's bankrupted casinos when the house has the advantage. Yeah. That backlash is exploding again after nearly 600,000 Trump supporters reportedly paid $100 deposits for a gold-colored Trump mobile smartphone that almost a year later still does not appear to exist. Quote, the fake college, the condos, the everything he slaps his name on is a scam, wrote one critic. He's making America a scam. Who in the hell likes this guy and for what? Do they hate America? It feels as if they are America's enemies. Republicans are America's enemy. Now, This is Donald Trump's thing. I mean, think about the deceptive emails he sends out to his supporters saying, hey, if you donate $1,000 to me, I'll give you the classified briefing on the deep state Democrats who are trying to take over America. He sends these emails out all the time. They are predatory, they are manipulative, and he does that exact same thing with the phones. These big promises, these flashy emails, the flashy advertising, and it always ends up being a scam. The so-called T1 phone was unveiled in June 2025. It's now 2026, and there's no phone.
This is sarcastic, hilarious, it's paradox, it is wicked fun. I guess I need to call the Pope in here. We need to pray.
If you ever needed proof that it very much is left versus right as well as poor versus rich, all you need to do is look at the Supreme Court of Virginia and the way they just stripped away the people's votes the exact same day that Tennessee just wiped out any left-leaning representation. Do I think Democrats are perfect? Fuck no. They absolutely suck from time to time. But the monstrous shit that Republican politicians pull make me hesitant to even call them people. And the level of stupidity that you must have as a regular, average, everyday person to support these pieces of shit, well, that's just beyond my comprehension. There is not a single Republican politician that cares about you as a person, cares about protecting your rights, or cares about protecting the future of this country. They are here to strip this fucking place of its resources, fatten their wallet, and maximize profits. That's fucking it. Well, that and keeping pedophiles out of prison and making sure a significant portion of your paycheck gets sent to the same exact country that just committed a genocide on Palestine. It's time y'all wake the fuck up, people. Because if you do, well, it doesn't matter if they turn the entire goddamn map red. We can force their hand and call their bluff. If we make it to midterms, you've got to vote blue like the future of your country, the future for your children, and your own very fucking life depends on it. Because it fucking does. Now, y'all have a wonderful rest of your Friday, at least the one you voted for deserve. Just do me one favor. Keep the motherfucking boots out of your motherfucking mouth, and remember that the golden rule will always remain yeehaw fuck the law. Love y'all. See you down the line.
Over 500,000 people made a $100 deposit for the Trump phone that we all told you, people like me told you, you were not going to get. Not only were you not going to get, but that it wasn't going to be original phone. It wasn't going to be an original phone plan. That it was on its start a Chinese phone. But we were certain that this wasn't going to happen because we recognized behavior patterns and that this president, that Donald Trump, has always been a scam artist. But you made $100 deposits to the tune of $59 million. And now these people have just received word and emails that they're not going to get their phone and they're not going to get their deposit back. The president just stole $60 million from you. Not only are they not getting that money back, but I can only imagine how many of them still completely support this person and this president. Wild.
Things still going according to schedule, and I'll be receiving my T1 mobile device in my hands any day now. I just want to make sure everything's alright.
Thank you for calling Trump Mobile. For English, press 1. Para español, oprima el número dos.
One day I'm gonna press 2. One day I'm gonna press dos, but today is not that day.
Press 1 to open a new Trump Mobile account. Otherwise, press 2 for support with an existing. Thank you for calling Trump Mobile. Your call is very important to us. To ensure
Let's
the
see what's
highest
going
level
on.
of customer care, this call may be recorded for quality control and training purposes. Please hold, and our next available representative will be with you shortly. You can also visit our website at www.trumpmobile.com to apply for a new account or access your personal account portal.
No hold music? What happened? Where's my hold music? Why is it just pure silence, just crickets? Did they not did they not want to pay for licensing rights for just fucking elevator music now? It's absurd! I'm supposed to be a valued customer and you can't even blast me some goddamn tunes? No boner jams while I wait? Jinkies, it must be busy over there at Trump Mobile. What in tarnation? This is taking quite a while. It must be a company-wide issue that the emails didn't go out to all the Trump Mobile customers that are eagerly awaiting their Christmas gifts from Santa.
Hello, and thank you for calling Trump Mobile. This is Sheena. How can I assist you?
Hey, hello. I just wanted to check on the status of my order.
Today, and Donald Trump is the reason, as they're beginning to think they're not getting their Trump phones or their deposit back. Now, if you remember about a year ago, Donald Trump and his sons introduced what they call Trump phone. It would be made in America and an alternative to all those woke anti-American companies. Well, thousands of Trump supporters put down a deposit, and they still have yet to receive the phone. Now, Trump phone has offered a ton of excuses, including the government shutdown as a reason they haven't rolled out their phones yet. But right now, MAGA is melting down because they're starting to realize maybe they got scammed. Now, it should be noted that the Democrats have actually called for an FTC investigation. But why? There's two reasons not to. One, even if there was an investigation, Donald Trump runs the federal government. He's going to shut that down before it begins. But two, why not let these people learn their lesson? We have to suffer through the Trump presidency. The least they can do is suffer through not getting their Trump phone and losing out on their $100 deposit. He responded to the recent outbreak of hantavirus cases, and he did not instill any confidence. Now, if you somehow missed it, there has been a recent outbreak of hantavirus cases, all stemming from a cruise ship. And of course, naturally, there is concern of it spreading because of the recent...
I don't know how many times we have to keep saying it. The right is ruthless. You saw what just happened in Virginia. The Supreme Court overturned the will of the voters with transparent and democratically approved redistricted maps. Contrast that to what Ron DeSantis did down in Florida, an exclusive with Fox News. His maps were revealed on Fox News, never went in front of the voters, and were approved the next day by his legislature. Compare and contrast what we did in California with Proposition 50, again, going to the voters in a transparent and democratic way, to what the governor of Louisiana is doing. He used his emergency powers, literally used his emergency powers to suspend the primary election, to stop the primary election after votes were already being cast. To do what? To erase black representation in his state. It's happening all across the South. It's real. It's what we've been warning against. And only thing that can stop it is you, all of us. Trump and MAGA are also waking all of us up to the reality of what we have to do. And that is to get Speaker Jeffries the gavel this November. We can't give in.
Guys, I'm going to need you to sit down for this. 590,000 Trump supporters ordered cell phones, Trump phones, for $100 deposit, and they're not getting their money back. An email was sent saying they're not getting their $100 back. That's $59 million scammed from Eric Trump and his dad. But wait, it gets worse. Eric Trump got a Pentagon contract, a no-bid $24 million contract. He's scamming America. Have you seen this video?
Hey, Trump supporter here. This goes out to Don Jr. and Eric. Where the fuck's my phones? I ordered 4 gold Trump phones in the summer. Told they're going to be the best. Talked my son into ordering some. We heard they're going to come out in September. Yeah, we can fucking wait. September rolls around. No, it's going to be November. No, it's going to be the end of the year. They actually stopped taking orders.
Once a con man, always a con man. Do you agree?
Y'all, just come through right quick. Listen, I understand that MAGA is upset with Donald Trump and his administration. Listen, y'all remember over a year ago, Donald Trump presented this cell phone that he wanted his MAGA base to go ahead and buy. They had to pay $100 deposit, y'all, to get the phone. Listen, y'all, a year later, they still don't have the phone. Listen, there was over 590,000 people who paid that $100 to get the phone that they still don't have now. Listen now, go do your own research. I'm giving you bits and pieces while you're out there. Like, follow, share, and subscribe. Okay, listen, y'all. These people, 590,000 people paid $100. Guess what, y'all? They spent $59 million to get nothing. What do y'all think about this? And then in the midst of all that, the company updated their rules and stuff just last month, y'all. The people still ain't even got no phone. They updating rules. What do you all think about this? Were you one of the MAGA people who purchased or sent that $100 deposit? Did you realize that $100 didn't mean you were going to get a phone? Let me know. Follow me for more.
Why they voted for Trump, why they choose to support a scammer. Now you're crying, they hate your money, they scammed it. Why would you raise that money and send it? Maybe they stole that money. It was on the phone. I don't know whether it was mobile money or what, but the money was stolen. It was a scam. And they never ordered for that phone. Poor MAGA. Now they are regretting why they sent money. They are regretting.
Hey, I'm not MAGA, don't scroll. And if any Trump supporters happen to see this video, can you tell me, are you watching this from a Trump phone? Oh, what's that? You can't watch this from a Trump phone because there's no such thing, and there never will be, and there was never going to be. And all of you that invested your money and put down deposits aren't going to get your money back or a Trump phone ever. Gosh, who could have ever possibly seen it coming that this was going to be yet another scam? Who could have ever called that?
In today's absolutely ridiculous news coming out of the US, many people in MAGA are furious because they spent $100 on the Trump phone. And over a year later, they have nothing to show for it. $59 million spent on this phone that they will likely never receive. To be clear, 590,000 people bought this phone without ever really knowing whether they would get it. And just a few weeks ago, the company making this phone updated its terms and conditions. So it very much looks like these people will never see whatever this Trump phone even is. If the phone actually gets to sale, their $100 only goes towards the purchase. And who knows what other money they would have to spend in order to get it. And Trump and his family, they were promoting this phone heavily. So much so that $59 million have been spent on it. This is ridiculous, but entirely expected.
We got major breaking news. MAGA's got scammed yet again. They gave Donald Trump $59 million to get a Trump phone, which they are probably not going to get. Donald Trump and his Trump phone team saying that the $100 was a deposit, but it wasn't something that they were going to get a phone. It's been nearly a year since the MAGAs gave Donald Trump money because they wanted a Trump phone, which they're probably never going to get. And it's so funny because I am scrolling on the internet and seeing like, oh, maybe these MAGAs can like defend themselves. No, they're not defending that they gave Donald Trump $59 million. They're saying, oh, it's Joe Biden scammed people, Barack Hussein Obama, but they just can never put their president and say like, hey, oh, maybe we did get scammed because Donald Trump does nothing wrong. Like, these MAGAs are just so stupid. And the fact that they thought they were going to get a phone, now they're out $100 and they made Don the Con richer.
You know, something I think is absolutely hilarious is the fact that people have been scammed by our president over a fucking cell phone. Like, first of all, it's not come out. And people who call customer service are like, oh, it'll be another month, blah, 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 blah. And then, if you go on the website, it says, put your deposit down now to lock your price. But you go to the terms and conditions, and it says that putting your thing in does not actually lock your price, and they can change it whenever. Because they're scamming you for money. And people are too dumb to see it. And it's just... Wow. Man. That is a classic move right there.
We have some big news right now. Many in MAGA are upset because they spent $100 each on the Trump phone, and over a year later, they still haven't received it. And the Trump company that created this phone quietly updated its terms and conditions according to MoneyWise. These folks may never get it. 590,000 buyers paid $59 million to buy the Trump phone that was advertised by the president and his family. Not a single Trump phone has shipped to date, and many are upset about it. But now we're learning, according to MoneyWise, that on April 6, 2026, about a month ago, the company quietly updated its terms and conditions, making clear that a deposit of $100, which all of these people paid, is not actually acceptance to purchase the phone and only gives them the opportunity to continue buying it if it is offered for sale. At this point, they're never going to get this phone if it continues this way, and they're not happy. I'll have more updates for you soon. As always, spread the word. Follow along to stay updated on all the news you need to know about. There'll be more to come soon.
MAGA is furious with Donald Trump, and the Trump Watch is the reason, as they're calling the whole thing a scam. Now, if you missed it, Donald Trump is selling a line of watches that he calls the Trump Watch, and he promises it's of the highest quality, made in Switzerland, and it will cost you anywhere from $500 up to the price of a Rolex. Well, Trump supporters that have bought the watch are disappointed, saying that the whole thing is a scam, and the biggest complaint, they never received the watch. Which is what we could have told you. It's exactly what we would have predicted. Ask anybody who bought the Trump shoes. Ask charitable organizations that worked with Trump Foundation or the students at Trump University. This is who Donald Trump is. Time and time again, the people who do business with him walk away with the short end of the stick. We tried to warn you, both in his business and political life, of who he is. So for any MAGA or Trump supporter out there that bought the Trump watch and feels like they got scammed, it's on you. MAGA is furious with Donald Trump, and the Trump watch is the reason, as they're calling...
Fam, MAGA is panicking. MAGA is upset because they fell for a Trump scheme for a $100 deposit on a gold-wrapped phone that has not been delivered to date. It was supposed to be delivered way last year, but they kept pushing the dates back, and now they push the dates back so far that they just stopped updating. They don't even have a release date anymore.
You know, I wake up every day kind of sad these days, but sometimes you read something as you're scrolling, as you're doom scrolling, that makes you smile a little bit, helps you get through the day. Today, it's this. Donald Trump and his kids have successfully stolen another $60 million from their own supporters. How did they do it? They're going to create a new cell phone, and it's going to be the Trump phone. It's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be available in September 2025, and all you need to do is give us a $100 deposit because it hasn't quite been manufactured yet, but we're going to make it in the United States. And now, a few weeks ago, they put out a message stating, actually, your deposit is no guarantee that a phone will even be manufactured, and we are not required to return your deposit. Over 600,000 people put a deposit down for this phone so that they could go to work and show their friends something new and say, look at this gold Trump phone. I saw it on the internet, and I immediately got bricked. What do you got, another hat? Fucking loser. I would bet at least 90% of those stupid motherfuckers are gonna say, it's only $100. If it helps my president, I'm fine with it.
So apparently MAGA's upset. They're upset about a lot of things lately, but one of the things they upset about is they ain't never got their Trump phones. So these people paid over $500 for a phone that ain't came. They want their money back. Well, you failed for the grift. They want your money back. You know, Trump tell y'all anything. Yeah, I believe it. Oh, you know, we got private donations for this ballroom. It's East Wing, West Wing, we tore up without no permission from nobody. But don't worry about it. We got private donation money gonna clear that up. Now they in Congress begging for $1 billion, but they ain't got the votes. Just a big hole in the people's house. Just big hole there.
590,000 Trump supporters are finding out the hard way.
For the nearly 600,000 Trump supporters who trusted the man they voted for, the gold Trump phone is just the latest, and certainly not the last venture that will take their money and give them back absolutely nothing. And I can't be any happier for them. They each paid a $100 deposit for the gold T1 Trump phone back in June of 2025, promised as a made-in-the-USA alternative to Apple and Samsung by Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump. And nearly a year later, not a single one of these phones exist. Delivery deadlines kept getting moved from summer of 2025 to November, then December, then early 2026. In April, Trump Mobile quietly removed the release date from their website entirely. NBC News called support 5 times and got 5 different excuses, including the 43-day government shutdown, which analysts noted had nothing to do with the private company making phones. Then there was the revised terms of service in April, stating that paying a deposit doesn't create a binding contract and that Trump Mobile keeps all control over whether a phone ever gets made. For the 590,000 buyers who collectively handed over $59 million, they got scammed. Hey, Fefo, do you think this is all Biden and Obama's fault? Thanks, Biden and Obama. Remember when Trump ran a rug pull crypto scam on his supporters just days before his inauguration? These same morons still handed over their money to him.
I know. It's so ridiculous. It sounds fake. But I promise you, it's 100% real. During his last campaign, he had been pushing this Trump phone. He was also pushing the Trump watch, the gold sneakers. There's been a few others. He also has like Trump money, like before the ones that he's trying to actually put his signature on the currency, he had like fake money with his face on it. He also had like fake coins and people would buy them. They're just like these infomercials on TV that people are like, oh, I'm going to buy that. And then they get it. And then when they're hard up for money, they go to the bank and they're like, I'd like to exchange this for money. And the bank's like, this is worth nothing. The man has like 8,000 shills on the go at any given moment. But no, definitely these Trump phones. Initially, he promised that they were going to be made in America. I remember this specifically around the time with the tariffs, because they were saying that in order to make a phone completely in America, the phone was going to cost like $6,000 or something, like something insanely crazy, probably even more than that, if I'm honest. And then they changed it on the website that it was like going to be assembled or something in the United States. Like the last step of the phone was going to take place in the United States, but everything else was manufactured elsewhere. Just like the MAGA hats are made in China. So as crazy as it sounds and as unreal as it sounds, it is true. Oh my God. And you know the Trump trout that was like singing some stupid song? That was real too. I thought it was an AI joke. I thought it was like a satire troll. No, the man was literally selling a Trump trout. Anything for a buck, bro. This guy sold his soul years ago, so nothing is beneath him.
Why do you still support President Trump? Likely one of the most common questions from armchair political analysts, content creators, or even those in the comments section. Fact is, while President Trump has met some of his campaign promises made, promises kept, the reality is most of them remain unsuccessful. Yet millions of Americans still continue to adamantly support our commander-in-chief. So that is the question, no judging. Why do you still support President Trump or believe millions of others continue to do so? What say you?
You really can't make up how dumb all of this is, how gullible his supporters are, how much this grift continues in every way possible. You remember last year when Donald Trump announced the T1 phone, the flagship Trump mobile phone. Never mind the crappy Photoshop job that looked like a ripoff of an iPhone. No, this was a gold standard, made in the USA, MAGA approved, American flag bedazzled, brand new phone. And all you had to do was put down $100. And what do you bet? 600,000 people decided to do exactly that, meaning they raised $60 million for a phone that doesn't appear is ever going to be produced at all. They kept moving the dates back, they kept moving the production back, they kept lying to the people that put the deposits down, saying the phone's right around the corner. And then they quietly switched from made in the USA to probably not made in the USA. In fact, it's actually definitely not going to be made in the USA. And also, last month in April, they changed the terms of service to now say, well, this isn't really a legally binding deposit. We're under no obligation to produce the phone. And now they're saying, well, if we never produce the phone, you're certainly, absolutely, without a doubt, going to get your money back for that deposit.
So it's looking like it's a huge scam, folks. So $59 million has been spent by MAGA supporters on the Trump phone. The Trump phone that doesn't seem to exist. And many people have put in like deposits for this phone. It's a $100 deposit. And the terms and conditions on the company website were actually revised and updated in April. And basically they said this, that $100 deposit that people put on doesn't mean they actually get the phone. It means they actually potentially have the opportunity of getting the phone in the future. Put on a kind of like a waiting list, if you like. So far, not a single Trump phone has been delivered. And MAGA have, the most gullible people in the world, have so far spent $59 million on the Trump phone. Let me know what you think about this in the comments.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.